Hi everybody, my name is Alex and I'm going to talk you through the BSA Service Campaign. A lot of owners refer to it as a health check. Other manufacturers call it a recall. BSA are calling it a service campaign, where you, the owner, are getting an oil and filter change for free. So a lot of people are loving that, although there is some talk as to whether the oil and filter change actually counts towards part of your service history or not. That will be resolved in time. I'm sure Lukas Distribution and BSA will explain more. Let me talk you through what's involved. The reason you're getting a free oil and filter change is because both sides of your engine casings are going to be removed from your motor. So you'll appreciate that an oil and filter change is necessary given that both sides of your engine casings are being removed. So let's start on this side of your engine. This cover's got to come off and the gasket behind it. The oil filter's got to come out with its two O-rings, and then this whole chain of bolts, there'll be bolts inside of here, have to come out to remove this cover because we need to get to the stator. Let me show you. Here is a diagram. So here's your outer cover, here's your engine casing with all of its fixings, and here is the stator. So we're going to move all of that out of the way, and we're going to lay it all closer to the stator. So now that we have the engine casing out of the way, we are given the stator. These are the M6 mounting bolts. This is the rotor. It's called that because it's a rotating component. Going back into techno speak, they call this a magneto. It's called a stator in every other motorcycle, but they're calling it a magneto. I guess the terminology is correct anyway. And this rotor rotates, and you've got lots of coils here, and it creates three phases of electricity. But it's actually these mounting screws that are being replaced here, here, and here. It shows them going this way. So it shows them going outwards towards, I'm guessing, the inside of the engine casing maybe? Because I haven't had my engine casings apart, so I'm going to guess engine casing comes with the stator stroke magneto, maybe, because the bolts fit pointing outwards. So that's the first job the technician has to do on your BSA Gold Star. The next job your technician has to do is remove this engine casing in order to get to the clutch. They're actually going to remove everything apart from the clutch basket itself, and I'll show you. So what this job calls for is the removal of your clutch cable and the actuator, your side casing and its gasket. There's quite a lot of fixings there, as you saw in the last one. And here is an exploded view of your clutch. What it calls for is the removal, the inspection and refit or replacement of your clutch main nut. So as you can see, your clutch is a very complicated device. This is going to be near your crank, so this is going to be closer inside the engine, and this is going to be outside near the casing. Okay, so as we're looking in now, we're going to have some screws, some springs, your pressure plate, and then here is what commonly everyone knows to be their clutch plate. So one's going to be a friction material, one's going to be a steel plate. These are just a couple of bands that aid with actuation of the clutch. It's like a vibration dampener, if you like. And then you've got like a washer and a couple of bearings, and then this is the clutch basket. Most commonly, the clutch basket has a nut on it. So it looks like all of this assembly will have to be removed from your motorcycle in order to then put a special tool to hold the basket in place, and then undo the nut, which is generally torqued up to something crazy, and either replace the nut, inspect it, whichever they think is right, and then re-torque it and then refit. They could, if they really wanted to, they could take measurements. It's absolutely fine. I mean, the bikes are pretty new anyway, but it'd be interesting for the manufacturer to see clutch wear. So that is a fairly involved job in itself. After all of that, the next job is most likely going to be in here where the wiring loom goes in. And that calls for a cable tie of immobilizer unit connector. So I'm guessing that is either the addition or the removal of a cable tie. I didn't think there was a separate immobilizer. I'm assuming that the immobilizer is actually part of the ECU itself. So the ECU being based in this exact location. I'm guessing it's for the call of giving it a cable tie or removing a cable. The next part of your service campaign revolves around your headlight. And it is removal of headlight bezel and foam pads. And then it wants you to refit a new bezel with new rubber spacer, and also fit grommets into the headlight where the loom enters the rear. So as an example, the loom enters the rear of the headlight bolt in 2 places, but there are no grommets. Now, let me just... This is a Ducati Monster from 1999. Never easy to film anything like this, but if I get a little bit of light and you look at the headlight bowl, you can see as the wiring goes into it, there is a rubber grommet. That rubber grommet can keep out a relative amount of condensation, water ingress and stuff like that. So the Ducati has it. This is an R9T Racer from BMW. And there's its grommet going into the back of its headlight bowl. So with the headlight removed, your technician is going to disconnect your headlight, disconnect all of these electrical connections, and then pass them back through the bowl. They're then going to fit rubber grommets in both holes. So here's one I'm sticking my finger through, and here's the other I'm sticking my other finger through. And then they'll pass the electrical cables back up into the bowl, reconnect everything, and refit your headlight. The next bit requires the removal of the left-hand side panel and the seat. And with the seat off, the next step is to add electrical tape to the earth cables next to the battery tray. And this is due to the adhesive seeping through the sheathing on some bikes. Here are my earth cables here. Mine looks more like, what would you say? Yeah, that's something seeping through. Not sure what, but something is. The next thing a technician's going to do is replace the dipstick on your motorcycle with a much longer one, because there have been some confusions over readings. Just as a quick amendment, a lot of people have asked how they check the oil level on their BSA. My bike at the moment is on its side stand. That is not how you check your oil. Your motorcycle needs to be upright, and in order to get a measurement, you'd remove your dipstick, wipe it off with a rag, put your dipstick back in to the oil tank, screw it down till it stops, then unscrew it, and then you can get your reading. I hope this video has enlightened you as to the type of work that's going to be carried out on your BSA Gold Star. If your dealer has done anything over and above, like they've given you a little cleaning kit or a bandana or something like that, put it in the comment section below, because we'll all be going into our dealers going, we want a bandana, we want a little pin badge that some bloke in Abergavenny got. We never know. This is the BSA family. We want our little trinkets, don't we? We want our little BSA badges and stuff like that. So if your dealer has given you anything over and above what I've mentioned here, let us all know so that we can harass our dealers. I know you did it 6 months ago, but I heard some bloke got a free colour TV. All right, thanks for watching.